Hey guys, this is question MM186 of the Maths Methods Fortify study guide. So we've got this line y equals ax plus b and a line y take 2x take 3 equals 0, which I've just rewritten as y equals 2x plus 3 by just bringing these two over here. This is just going to be easier to just deal with. This line has a domain of -4 to 2, so we've just kind of drawn that in, and this is exactly what you should do if you're struggling with what to do with this question. Always draw a diagram, because it's going to make things so much easier. So, we know that it's a perpendicular bisector, okay? So that term tells us two things. Perpendicular means that it has a negative reciprocal gradient, okay? So m of perpendicular equals -1 over the original gradient, okay? Bisector means that it cuts through the middle, right? So it passes through the midpoint. So whenever you see perpendicular bisector, these are the two things that they're trying to tell you when saying that. Cool. So, where to from here? So we know that the gradient of y equals ax plus b is the negative reciprocal of this line here. The gradient of our original is 2, which means that the gradient of our perpendicular is equal to -1 over 2, right? Because this here is a right angle, it's perpendicular, which means that our gradient of this one here, which is a, is equal to -1 on 2. So a equals -1 on 2. Guys, this is a 2-mark question, that's your first mark right there. From here, we need to find out the midpoint of this line. Okay, because bisector tells us that it goes through the middle. Before we can do that though, we need to find out what the y values of these endpoints are of the original linear graph. We know that the x values are -4 and 2, but we need to know the y values in order to figure out the midpoint. So from here, we simply sub in our x values to find our y values. So I'm just trying to figure out where to do this. Maybe let's just do it here. So y is equal to 2, -4 plus 3, and that gives us -8 plus 3, which is -5. Awesome. So at x equals -4, our y value is -5, and then likewise at 2, we have y equals 2 times 2 plus 3, which is equal to 7. So we know that it passes through 2, 7. So these are our 2 points. These are our endpoints here and here, which means that now we can actually find the midpoint of that line. So midpoint is equal to x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Awesome. Our first x value is -4, second x value is 2 over 2. First y value is -5, second y value is 7, put that over 2, which means we get -2 on 2, 2 on 2, which is -1 to 1. Awesome. So that's our midpoint. But we're not done yet, because we need to actually figure out what our value of b is. We know that this graph now passes through -1, 1, whoops, -1, 1. And we know that the tangent is equal to -1/2 x plus b. And we simply need to sub in this coordinate because we know that it passes through that point. I'm just going to rub some of this out just so that we can go from here. You know what? I'm actually going to rub all of that out. So y equals -1/2 x plus b. And it passes through -1, 1. Get rid of this for you. Awesome. So that means that we just need to sub our values in. So 1 is our y value. So 1 equals -1/2 x, which is -1, plus b. From here, we get -1/2 times 1 is just 1/2, plus b, 1. Therefore, b is equal to 1/2. That's our second mark. Awesome. If you have any trouble with this, guys, just draw a diagram and see if you can kind of figure out what's happening. But if you're still not too sure, just hit me up in the comments below and I'll answer anything you've got. As always, guys, have a great day and thank you for watching.